Hey guys, get excited. It's time for a recipe video. I've been getting many requests to show, which I will in today's video, how I make tofu in the air fryer, as well as these delicious no oil JICAMA fries that I mentioned in my grocery haul. And of course, I cannot feed myself without employing my Kosari multi-cooker. This is my combo pressure cooker and slow cooker. It does pretty much everything. So today I'm going to show you how I make black bean soup that is quite good, either hot or cold, so depending on what you're in the mood for. And then I also get these meal delivery kits from Sunbasket, so they are partnering with me on today's video. But anyways, getting into my black bean recipe. Okay, I am going to be starting out with, I'll put all the measurements down below in the description box, by the way. But I'm going to be starting out with dry beans. I am making my way through. My mom bought the organic black beans at Costco, that massive bag's worth. And every time I go over there, she's like, do you want any more black beans? So we've been making our way through them together, but I just start from dry and I just give them a quick rinse and kind of pick through them just to clean off any debris and dust that might be on them. Dump out the dirty water, give them a couple of more rinses just in tap water, just kind of run my hands over it. This is actually very relaxing to massage the beans. I rather enjoy it. So I just, kind of loosely dump the water out, and then I put the drained, rinsed, clean beans right into the Kosari. And it's so fast to cook beans from scratch in the Kosari. I never buy canned beans anymore. I just add in 6 cups of water. And you don't need to pre-soak the beans if you do this, which is really a time saver. They come out in about half an hour, 45 minutes, which is really fast. Saves you the step of the pre-soak, and it saves you having to mine them. So I just go ahead and fire up, and my Kosari will default to keep warm after the pressure has come down and the beans are done. But I get distracted with emails and stuff, so it kept warm for quite a while, but you can move on right away if you want. And I just take it out and I drain off the vast majority of that liquid, just leaving probably, I drain off about 2/3 of the liquid. That liquid is kind of a lot of the stuff that might give you some digestive upset if you are new to bean eating. And then I go ahead and get to peeling my garlic. I have this very interesting way of seasoning my beans. I learned it a long time ago, and I can't really explain the rationale behind all of it. To be honest, it's just the way that I do it. So I take 1 clove of coarsely chopped garlic into a small bowl, as well as maybe a tablespoon of dried oregano, and then I just mash it together with a spoon. This kind of releases some of the oils from the garlic, and it muddles with the oregano. If you have a mortar and pestle, you can also do this. And then I take out about half of the beans using a slotted spoon into a medium-sized bowl. And I'll show you why in a moment. I go ahead and add my little seasoning mash there to those beans. And I mash these. So I'm mashing them, and this is such a fun after-work activity. Get some stress out. You probably don't need to mash them this much, but I was really going to town. I was watching YouTube while I was doing this. I love watching YouTube videos while I cook or listening to them. So comment below on who you listen to while you bean mash. Then I go ahead and add that mashed gamish back into the pot. So at this point, we've got half seasoned mashed beans into half unseasoned beans. And I'm gonna go ahead and chop up an entire yellow onion. You can use a white onion. Doesn't really matter, whatever you have on hand, but onion is key to seasoning this. Just dice it up here. Yeah, I'm not the best chopper, and I have to agree with you guys. These cutting boards are really a nuisance. I need to get a good wood cutting board. I always think of that when I'm editing these videos. But I put the towel underneath. It helps keep stuff from sliding around. And I just add the chopped onion directly back into the pot. Go ahead and chop up the other half of the onions. This is an entire onion. And this day in particular, we've been having really high pollen counts in Houston. I think the Southeast in general. And between that and chopping these onions, I was tearing up quite a bit. Then I go ahead and mash and peel. I peel and chop up 4 more cloves of garlic and add them directly into the pot. You might say, like, why do you do it this way? I really don't know. Something about seasoning the mash that way, it flavors the beans in a unique way. Many people will also add salt at this point. I don't, and I honestly don't find that it changes the flavor that much, but I eat a pretty low salt diet. I go ahead and add more oregano, and this is cumin that I'm adding as well. And key to this is the bay leaf. So I go ahead and float the bay leaf in there, and give it a stir, and now it's just going to go on the slow cooker setting. So I put the slow cooker lid on this time, and I turn off the keep warm setting, and I go ahead and put it on. And then this is pivotal to the flavor of the beans. It is adding some acid. So when you have about 30 minutes left on the slow cooker, you want to add some vinegar, and I just kind of eyeball it. I can give you guys a rough estimate down below in the description box, but I eyeball everything in cooking aside from baking. But you just add it in, and what this does is it gives it a nice taste, but it also breaks down some of that hard to digest stuff. And this is so good. It's about 6 servings, so this, I can eat on this all week. It's good hot or cold, and then you can put it into lettuce wraps. The beans really thicken up if you let them set out at room temperature or store them in the refrigerator. You can also freeze them at this point. They're so versatile. The Sunbasket meal delivery kits have really been working out nicely for me, and a fun thing for my mom and I to do on the weekends. They are all their food is organic, non-GMO ingredients. They cater to numerous specialty diets, including paleo, gluten-free, pescatarian, diabetes friendly, vegetarian, and vegan, which is of course pertinent to me and my mom. The box is delivered to your door once a week on the date of your choosing, and the packaging is all sustainable and compostable and recyclable, which is fantastic, including the insulation and the ice pack. They, within the box, you have everything that you need. You have the recipes at your disposal, and you have, it shows you, the recipes are really easy to follow. You get this colorful booklet that guides you through everything step by step. So if you are completely new to cooking, it makes it very easy for you. And then within each bag, you have everything that you need for your recipe, pre-measured, all of the ingredients. And each recipe is designed to take like maximum 30 minutes. And I really like the fact that, even though this isn't relevant to me, they have little tips in there on how to bring your kids into food prep. So it gets the family involved, and I think that's really nice, particularly in this day and age where we tend to just like want to go through a drive-through and eat out of a box. This makes it more of a family-friendly activity. But all of the produce is really, really excellent, locally sourced, organic, and pre-measured. And the way that it works is you just go in and you pick your meal plan. Obviously for me, I do the individual meal plan, and that is 3 recipes per week. I get it like maybe once a month, and each recipe is intended to serve 2 people, but for me, I usually get away with 3 meals out of it. Or you can do a family plan, which has more servings for a larger number of people. But they're very easy to follow, and this particular recipe is a tofu ramen. One thing that I've enjoyed about these is that it kind of gets me out of my comfort zone. It introduces me to spices and flavors that I might be interested in trying, but I'm always kind of on the fence about investing in all the ingredients at the grocery store. So this is nice in that you have only what you need for the recipe and no extraneous stuff. So I am just going to get started by cooking the ramen. I just brought some water to a boil. You really don't need anything. You need like water to do these, and oil, vinegar sometimes it'll call for, rarely, maybe salt and pepper. So if you don't have anything at your disposal, you're okay. And the tofu is always really good. So I'm going to show you guys how I make tofu in my air fryer. This particular recipe asked you to cook the tofu like in a pan in oil, but I just used my air fryer like I normally would with tofu. So I just cube up tofu. This tofu that comes in the kit is nice in that it is vacuum sealed, so all of the extra water has been pressed out of it. But if you're using tofu from the grocery store, you can just press the water out in advance. And I just kind of chop it up into cubes, and then I just throw it in my air fryer as is. And I put it at like 350 degrees for this time only 5 minutes, but normally I do it for about 15 minutes because this tofu was already braised. But I just drained those noodles there and got the cooking to stop by covering them with some cold water. And here we go again, chopping the onions. This is a different day, but still with the allergies pretty high. And yeah, I always get teary, and then I always go to my front leasing office to pick up a package or something, and my leasing agent's always like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I've just been chopping onions and the pollen," and like, I totally understand. They're so nice in there. And I'm just chopping chives. Okay, so this part calls for sauteing, but I never have any oil. So a little tip, if you don't have any oil, you can just heat up some water and add a little baking soda, and it will help your onions to soften much faster. This came with snow peas too. I am always tempted at Costco to get the snow peas. My mom tends to get them from time to time, and they're always really good. See, the sunbasket is kind of fun. It reminds me of ingredients that I need to buy more often because I enjoy them. And then it comes with garnish too, so you really get that kind of restaurant feel, but it's something that you can produce at home, which I like. And I just add the noodles back to the pot. My little Le Creuset heart whatever you call this, Dutch oven, is so handy. It's like the only cooking ware that I have, that and my Kosari. It's really handy because the point of the heart helps you to drain things easily. So it's nice in that way. Less mess. I don't like a lot of cleanup. This came with some sort of spicy sauce. I'm not going to attempt to butcher the pronunciation of it, but it was very good. And I told you to add most of it to the pot and then to reserve a little for drizzling. So there's the tofu. You can see it bakes up nicely. It's soft and on the outside, but just a little crispy on the outside. So it's not like tofu jerky. I hate that. That is the worst. I think most people are afraid of tofu because they don't know how to prepare it, and or they've had it poorly prepared in the past. So either underdone or overdone, or under-seasoned. But I'm just giving it a swizzle here. It comes together really fast. This one I managed to get together for myself in like 25 minutes, including moving you guys around, so it's pretty fast. And this ended up making, I ended up feeding myself on this for 3 meals. I had one dinner, and then I took it for lunch. I ate it for lunch 2 days, so it's nice. You get quite a bit of mileage out of these recipes, and they're really filling, healthy, and it's fun to plate it up here with the chives, and then the lime. So yeah, I recommend this. Check the description box if you are interested, and if you use my coupon code, you can save quite a bit. All right, here I am. I have really gotten into JICAMA lately. Speaking of YouTubers I watch, you guys, if you like vlogs, you have got to check out Christiana from Flip Side of the Moon. She is so much fun to watch. She's such a delight. She has 3 children, and she is Korean American, and she lives in Wisconsin. So she's always snacking on JICAMA, and every time I watch, I get like, oh, I need to get JICAMA. But I figured out that you can put it in the air fryer, and it kind of comes out tasting like French fries. And when I mentioned that the other day, you guys were like, show us how. I am not an expert at chopping this up, but I just kind of sliced it up into these coins, and then kind of roughly chopped off the peel. The peel is chewy. You don't want that on there. So just cut it into sticks like fries. And, you can season this. You can dust on, like, garlic if you wanted. You can even dust on cinnamon for kind of sweet churro, almost like a churro. That'd be good. But I just put it in my air fryer. Again, no oil, no cooking spray, nothing. 350 degrees for about 15 minutes, and it comes out looking like French fries. They bubble up, and they kind of get like a brown skin on the outside. And while they don't taste exactly like French fries, they taste enough like French fries that they really fill the bill. They're healthy and, a better alternative. So yeah, like I said, I've really been enjoying Sunbasket. It's been something fun that my mom and I do together, and it gets us out of our comfort zone as far as ingredients. They're easy to make, and again, they cater to a variety of diets. Both my mom and I follow a vegan diet, but like if you are pescatarian, they include that. So, and one thing that I'm impressed with is everything always comes out looking like the picture. So yeah, really enjoy them and taste delicious, and I highly recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you like my recipes, and if so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.